Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, I did not expect to put out a video this soon after my iPad Pro. Obviously, you can tell from the title of this video, it is an unboxing of the brand new 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, I'll talk about the specs in just a minute, but I just want to lay kind of some groundwork of to why I've decided to go with this MacBook Pro. So when Apple released the original M1 Macs, I was so thrilled. Silicon processors, just that whole architecture is incredible. Super energy efficient, and just the power to performance is amazing. I have a very capable custom-built PC at home. I use it a lot for gaming and obviously my photo and video editing as well. But there is a certain appeal to having a powerful laptop that you can plug into an external monitor and also use on the go or, you know, in a more comfortable setting. And although I talked about in my last video about how I use my iPad for that on occasion, you can't beat full-blown Photoshop. And obviously I do a lot of video editing as well, and the iPad, it just isn't there yet. So for a very long time, I've wanted to kind of move away from my PC as my main editing system and just have it as like a gaming setup when I want to play some video games with friends, and then have a laptop that is powerful enough for my everyday editing, photo and video, and I can use it on the go and also in the office as well. So I thought that the original M1 MacBook Pros were going to do that. However, they definitely, I felt, cut corners. Didn't really feel like a pro model to me. And a lot of other creators felt that same way. Now for me, the last MacBook Pro that I had was a 2012, and I had that for about 6 years. That thing was just a beast, and that's really what I expect from these new ones, because they've kind of gone back to that new design. Investing in this, I want it to be something that I keep for at least 5 years. Now, I say that and you may question these specifications that I've gone with. So, it's the 16-inch, the 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of hard drive space. Now, hard drive space I don't really need because I have external hard drives that I use anyway. 16 gigabytes of RAM is the big question mark. Now, I watched countless benchmark videos, stress test videos, comparing the 16 gigabyte RAM model to a 32 gigabyte RAM model, and the differences were not worth $400 in my opinion, and in the opinion of many other people. Now, it may seem counterintuitive, particularly if I'm keeping it for 6 years, but I don't like paying for things that I don't need, which is why I have the Canon R6, not the Canon R5, because I don't want that 8K video. I don't need it. Although it takes better photos in terms of resolution, although the 32 gigabyte RAM model of this MacBook Pro may be a little bit quicker, it's not something that I need. And that's something that you as a consumer and as a creator have to decide for yourself. But enough of that, let's get to the fun part and let's get this thing open. Also, sorry about the mess behind me. I am painting that wall tomorrow so you have a nicer color to look at, and then I can finally start putting up some of my photos. So, let's begin. Now, I did have a play around with these in the store, and I already know how good they are. The build quality has been completely improved, and they feel like a pro machine once again. You know, I'm talking like 2012 style pro, like they have a good thickness and heft to them. Nothing beats that feeling of opening an Apple box. Okay. Apple have really outdone themselves with this one. Very, very nice braided cable. Now, they had a braided cable on the iMacs, the M1 iMacs, the new ones, and that was very nice as well. I think it's a nice touch to add very kind of attention to detail. You know, it's Apple, what do we expect? But going away from the standard kind of rubber cable that we have with the iPads and the iPhones and the previous Macs, the braided cable is very, very nice. Plus it doesn't tangle as easily as well. Reasonable length. We'll put that to the side, as well as the brick. Okay, wow. This has some weight to it. And I'm not opposed to carrying weight with me. I carry a very heavy camera bag anyway, so I'm kind of used to that. But yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's pretty big as well. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have already watched like kind of the hype videos, and a lot of people have had these in their hands for much longer than I have. So you're probably familiar with the changes, but I will just go over them briefly. So they've updated the keyboard. It's back to I believe the standard scissor keyboard. Scissor switches, it's not the butterfly anymore. They removed that gimmicky touch bar that I wasn't a fan of. Some people were, but once again, I think it was innovation for the sake of innovation. And they've gone back to the traditional full-size keyboard, which is very, very nice. And I believe we have a Touch ID here in the corner. Let's go over some of the changes on the kind of I/O port side of things. On one side, we have the new MagSafe charger. That's what enables the fast charging. And then there's two Thunderbolt, I believe 4 ports, and then one 3.5mm audio jack. And on the right side, we have the HDMI 2.0, I believe, and then another Thunderbolt 4 port, and then the beloved SD card slot. I can't tell you how excited I am for this to be back, because it means I no longer have to carry this damn thing around with me and plug it in every time and then plug more things into that. I can just plug my SD card back into the laptop itself, and it's something I use constantly on a daily basis. So for creators, this is, like I said, something we've been begging Apple to bring back in their Pro line of laptops, and they've finally listened, and I can't be more excited for it. Like I said, this will be replacing my main computer, and it's something, you know, it's a huge investment, and this goes to anyone. When you're buying an Apple laptop, it is a big investment, so you want it to be a wise investment. So for $2,400, is this worth it? Is it something that I'm gonna keep for 5-7 years, something like that, and something that will constantly give me the performance that I'm looking for and the functionality I'm looking for in a primary editing machine? Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to kind of go over my reasons why I picked this up, and hopefully it will be a good replacement for my main editing machine. And I figured I'd just end this video giving you a quick tour of the office. I get a few DMs on both my main account and my behind the scenes Instagram account of kind of how this build progress is going. If you're unfamiliar with what happened, I moved from upstairs, that is now Kingsley's playroom and my wife's office. And I've moved down into the basement, which is my office. It used to be my gym. Gym equipment's right there. But I figured I'd give you a quick tour before we end this video. So here we have my gym equipment. This was where I mainly worked out during COVID, because obviously I didn't want to go to a commercial gym. And it will be a little bit tidier, and I have walls to paint. So it's a work in progress. And the ceiling nipples will be going. So this is the main workstation. Pretty much a carbon copy of how it was set up upstairs in my old office. I have my PC, my monitor, my self-built stand. I've got a new one coming. Very excited for that. One of my prints, a few more of my prints, my lights, and a ceiling nipple that will be going as well. So this area we don't talk about because that's a mess. This wall is what I'm painting white, and I'm super excited because then I can finally hang up more of my photos. I have this giant print of Grand Teton National Park right here. So I can't wait to put that up. That'll look pretty good. And then we will be putting a small couch or sofa, whatever side of the pond you're from, right here to view the TV. And then all of this mess will be gone. And that's it, folks. Thanks for stopping by once again. I appreciate the support. Definitely stay tuned for the update video and my final thoughts of this laptop after I put it to the test for the next few weeks. I do have a new laptop that kind of fills in a different gap that I'm putting a video out for very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that as well. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, and until next time, I'll see you later.